Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from May, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. Thank you for your channel and exposing narcissistic abuse. I related to your recent video titled Narcissistic Baby Boomer Generation. There's no logic in boomer logic. I'm a woman who has had about 7 years of no contact with my cluster B family. Here's my story of enduring a sexual degenerate baby boomer mother. Please advise listeners that some of these accounts may be triggering to those who have survived sexual abuse. Here we go, people. My mother forced my sister and me to shower with her until I was in the 5th grade, about 11 years old, and would discuss our body parts in an immature manner when showering. She would also wash us, but only in our private areas. Ugh. What is with this generation? And again, I know it's not all of you. And I know the ones who are narcissists necessarily aren't all sexually narcissistic like this, but story after story after same fucking thing over and over and over again. And go back and look at the Mr. Rogers video. How many people agree? Yep, my boomer parents couldn't stand me. Yep. Yet they put you in front of porn and violence and fucking horror and all that other shit. They can't keep their fucking hands off you. I remember the washing as being not just uncomfortable but painful. Around the age of 6, I started having more than one doctor's visit due to redness in my private area due to the washings. The doctor told my mother to stop giving us bubble baths. The only thing, we didn't have a bath in our house. We only had a standing shower. But of course, my narc mother didn't reveal that to the doctor or how hard she washed us. Because she hates you. That's your mother. That's your mother literally striking out at their daughter's vagina that they see as competition. She's just scrubbing it and hurting it because she sees as a child your vagina as competition to her vagina. Later on in the 5th grade, after disclosing the uncomfortable showers with my friends told me that wasn't normal. My mother stopped forcing me to take showers with her after I admitted to her of telling my friends about them. My mother is a covert narc with borderline and was frightened of her abuse and bizarre behavior being exposed in a small town. My younger sister, on the other hand, who was 2 years younger than I, continued taking showers as well as baths with my mother after we moved to another town in a house with a bathtub. Later on, my little sister also had doctor's visits due to redness and pain. That is your mother literally lashing out at her daughter's vaginas because she sees them. Because the boomer pig sees them. Not as children. Sees them as vaginas in competition with her own. Oh, there's another one getting demonetized. I later saw an extremely disturbing sight of the two of them in a bath together when walking past the open bathroom. Of course, my mother always kept the bathroom door open at all times. I feel a detailed observation of what I witnessed would be too much to explain. I will say that my sister was playing with parts of my mother's body during the disturbing bath as my mother looked straight ahead with a dead, unemotional stare in her eyes. I remember telling my mother to stop my sister from touching her, but I was ignored. My mother almost seemed to be dissociated at the time. Because she's nothing more than a vagina. Your mother's mourning. That's all she is, just sitting there locked away, getting her sexual supply that could never, never be fulfilled. Unfortunately, my younger sister became my mother's mini-me in many ways. Much later on, before going no contact, I was about 22 at the time. We all went on a trip to Florida together with my mom's sister, and we all shared a hotel room. My mom and younger sister, who was about 20 at the time, shared a bed. When beginning to go to sleep, my sister said out loud, "Mommy, I could take my bra off. Can I take my bra off and snuggle with you?" My 20-year-old sister wanted to snuggle topless with her mother. She fucked her up bad. My aunt, my mother's sister, who was also in the room, called out the weird behavior. My sister's response was, "Well, I just wanted to feel closer to my mom." Our mom didn't say anything in response to her daughter's behavior. So the only way your sister can relate emotionally to your mother is sexually? That's a daughter wife right there. That is a daughter wife. That's like that is a lesbian son husband, a daughter wife. Yeah, my family is sick and fucked up, to say the least. And you know what your mother's dissociation was about in that bathtub? I think she was just shocked that your sister leaned into it. She was supposed to be lashing out at you and your sister's vaginas as competition, and your sister took it as like, oh, I guess this is what I have to do back to get love. Yeah, my family is sick and fucked up, to say the least. While growing up, I had a few parents and my friends ask me about the behavior of my mother that they did see. They'd mostly say things such as, "I don't know how you do it, and you turned out so well considering your mother." Yeah, I've heard all those. I've heard all those, like when I'm alone, like, how do you do it? Like, I don't understand your mother. Yeah, I know. Although most of the abuse remained hidden from my mother's successful manipulation and portrayal, I'm going on 7 years of no contact with my entire family. I should also reveal during that Florida trip, my mother and aunt also told my sister and me that her older brother, who was 16 at the time, had repeatedly molested them at home in a closet when they were around 6 years old. It made a lot of sense because I had felt distressed around this uncle as a child when my mother would have us spend the night with his family. He has a daughter who is around the same age as his sister and me. Yes, my mother allowed my sister and me to spend the night with her brother, who had sexually violated her as a child. So, your mother is probably repeating what her brother did onto you. Your mother's lashing out at your vagina, physically. I should add that another uncle of mine, my mom's youngest brother, took a perverted interest in me when I was about 11 or so. When seeing me, he'd mentioned on numerous occasions how I was turning into a beautiful woman and looked like Princess Diana. I felt creeped out, but during the summer between 5th and 6th grade, he attempted to sexually violate me. I screamed out loud before he touched my private area, and he stopped. My mother, of course, didn't believe me when I told her. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Didn't believe you? She knew it. She knew it. After the incident, I found out he told several of my family members that he was playing a game and that I was disturbed and needing counseling. A year later, on the morning that I started my period, my mother was talking to someone on the phone and discussing with them how I started my period. When I got off the phone, I asked her who she was talking to, and she said that she was talking to my perverted uncle. I was bewildered and asked her why he would want to know about my period, and she replied, "Well, he just always wanted to know when you'd start your period." Holy fuck. I'm sorry this is getting long, but I should also explain that when my sister and I were about 8 to 10 years old, we were spending the night. in this particular uncle's hotel room while on a family vacation. His wife and my mom went out while he watched my sister and me, as well as his 6-month-old son. I woke up to him watching porn with us in the hotel room. Boy, them boomers and their porn, huh? The next morning, I thought it may have been a dream and didn't say anything until my sister said that she had woken up to him watching porn as well. We told our mom and even described the exact descriptions of what we had seen. She told us not to tell anyone. Of course she did. That's the boomer. That's the boomer way. That's the boomer way. Sacrifice your kid to the sexual degenerate and then repeat the cycle. And then repeat the cycle. Wash, rinse, repeat. Pardon the pun in your case. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's it. That's it. I mean, that's the narcissistic baby boomer and their sexual degeneracy. Wash, rinse, repeat, and shut up. My mother would also constantly walk around the house naked with open windows while talking on the phone in the kitchen. Even after marrying my stepdad, marriage 3, she'd walk around nude in front of us with him present. This took place while my sister and I were in our early teenage years. Later on, when I began discussing her behavior out loud, she'd call me a prude and say something regarding her having a free spirit. All in all, I feel my mother glamorized all of her disgusting behavior. Quoting the title of one of your videos, Narcissistic Baby Boomer Degeneracy is the gift that keeps on giving. Funny you picked that one out because that's pretty close to wash, rinse, repeat. And then shut up. Thank you for the time to read my story. All the best. May. Well, we're on the same page, aren't we? That's just it with this. I mean, that's what more can be said about it? What more can be said about it? Wash, rinse, repeat, shut up. I hope that helps. Thank you so much, May, for your contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to have a private video made, sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it growing, supported, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.